Root Healthy Plants.
Terrence here with Root Healthy Plants. I'm going to show you my method how to air layering trees this year, 2025. Let's get into it. We need to map out how we're going to do this so that we don't run into any hiccups. When you're gathering your tools, the tools that I'm going to be using are a bucket for mixing aluminum foil, a rooting hormone that I like to use. I have 7 bottles, my sphagnum peat moss. I have my trusty knife. All right, I'm going to put it in this bucket right here. I'm going to wet and soak down my peat moss beforehand. Have a garden hose handy to provide some water to your growing medium. You need a little bit more water. This is super hydrated. You don't have to be perfect. The process doesn't have to be perfect. I had success at the same time that I had failure at air layering. How is that possible? That's a riddle. It's a garden riddle. I failed because I was not able to cut the limb off before the roots dried out. I had success and failure at the same time. That's the answer to your riddle. We have containers, growth hormone, peat moss. It's now time to go and figure out which trees we're going to air layer and move on to the next process. Follow me. I'm going to start in my front yard food forest. Let's see. Let's do this nectarine tree. Let's get that close up. I'm searching for something that I don't know that this is going to be here for long term, or it's going in a direction that I don't want it to go. I'm going to look for those branches. I'm thinking about taking this one off right here. I'm going to take out my knife. I'm going to do 2 cuts. I'm going to do a top cut right here. I'm going to do another cut right here. How far do we go? We want to go enough to where we get that top layer off of the tree. Go around and get a serration through the whole branch and not too deep. Take off the top layer. Now I'm going to do the top layer around this part right here. I'm doing about 3/4 of an inch. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a laceration between one end to the next. Then I'm going to start peeling. You see how that peeled away? If you didn't peel away enough, you'll have green under there. I'm peeling away a little bit of green layer, which I didn't fully cut through. Now I have that white layer. That's what we want. Now that we have that exposed part right there, this is what we want to cover up. Now that that's cut, let's put our knife away, nice and safe. We're going to map out how this container is going to fit on this tree. I just want to see how well this fits in here and around here. I'm going to need to get rid of this branch. I just cut that off. I'll stick it in the ground. If it roots, it roots. If it dies, it dies. Like the Rocky movie. The goal here is to root this one, this branch right here. That's the goal. We're gonna put that container around here and there we go. So now that we got this container around here, I'm going to cut this top to match the cut in the container. Boom. Before I fully backfill this with soil, I want to put some rooting hormone in there. I'm going to use a tool to add in my rooting hormone right there. You can see it. That's how it looks. There's no dirt or anything in there. I'm just going to add a little bit of that in there. Make sure all that rooting hormone gets in all around that, to top and bottom of that exposed skin right there. I'm going to put away my tool. Let's fill this container with our growing medium. And your process, again, might vary or differ a lot from mine, but this is how I'm doing it. And this is really intuitive for me. I'm not trying to tell you how to do yours. This is how I'm doing mine this year. I'm going to screw on this top here. I'm going to cover this with foil so that the sun cannot permeate through. And we're just trying to make sure any exposed soil that was in there is now covered up. And we're going to crimp it off at the ends. Nice crimp. Squeeze that in. I'm going to check the bottom. Nice little crimp at the bottom. Squeeze that in. I'm going to come back and check this in maybe 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, just to make sure you have enough moisture in your air layer. So what I've just laid out and explained, this is the path that I'm taking. This is my way to air layer. I'm getting ready to air layer a ton more fruit trees. Nature has provided here for us to be able to grow our own food. Let me show you my other nectarine tree putting on fruit. As you can see, let me take the netting off. You can see the netting is forcing the leaves right here to go over top of the fruit, and some of the fruit is not being completely red. You can see wherever the leaves are not falling, the fruit is not turning red. That's a guess for me. I don't know. We got 30 nectarines off this one. I can't wait till this one right here produces next year. My Siberian peach tree is now the biggest, most bushy tree out of my fruit trees, and this is in my front yard food forest. It's our broccoli section. It's meh. I'm more worried about the fruit trees. We out here for the fruit trees. We out here for the pruning. It's my Siberian peach. This is the nectarine tree that I just air layered. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. Let me know in the comments suggestions about how I air layer my fruit trees and how I'm doing it this year. I want to hear about how you guys are air layering your fruit trees. If you are, talk about it and let me know how you guys succeeded or failed in how you guys air layered. Terrence here with Root Healthy Plants. I hope you learned from this video. I hope you're able to take something away and share with someone else so that you can grow your own food forest and maybe help or inspire someone to grow their own food forest. I hope we're able to build this platform as a community, share knowledge, and just progress everyone. I appreciate you for watching. Please like this video. If you haven't already, subscribe. If you haven't already, I appreciate you once again. Let's do it.